the Puck, and the Void Spirit, Ember, Storm Spirit. So why do you feel like we're not seeing the Shaman as much?
Probably just because with the Lion, like, even though, excuse me, you still got the Hex on the Shadow Shaman, a lot of the stuff that you're doing requires you to kind of, like, get a little bit too close to the fight. Whereas with a Lion, you know, you can get that Earth Spike where you ground target it. It goes a little bit further than that. You can get these multi-hero Earth Spikes that we've seen throughout the day, like 3-4 man basically is the standard now, it seems. Whereas with the Shadow Shaman, it's always only one that you can lock down. I just think the extra tower pushing potential can be nice, and even going for those solo pickoffs can also be a bit of a benefit. I'm really liking the DP pick, though.
Love it.
Solves the tower push issue. Not that they had an issue with the Broodmother before, but Tide Hunter, beefy, gonna be up in your face. Spirit Breaker, beefy, gonna be up in your face. Morphling, you're versatile, right? Like, you can either do a lot of damage when he's caught in agility form, or if he's in strength form, your Spirit Siphon's just gonna drain more health. So I'm all on board with this.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Death Prophet as well. Because you take a look at what they need here from Omega. Like, you're going to be grouping up with the Broodmother. We see that utility build come often for Sam H. So you're just looking to group up. You've got a Death Prophet who's very good with this, 5-man lineup, taking objectives early. And I mean, for SMG, you've got a Morphling Spirit Breaker combo. And that combo very much relies on getting the Aghanim's timing here. So Omega aren't going to give them that opportunity.
So what was the FBZ was able to take a tier 2 tower in 12 minutes, I believe, in game number 2 of today. Do you think we will see Sam H beat that timing? I say no. I say they've at least got Tide Hunter and Lena to be able to stop the push somewhat.
It depends on Omega's safe lane. If you've got a good safe lane to deal with the Tide, then maybe. Because I feel like looking at it, how do you think Morphling's going to lane versus Brood first? Because I feel like Brood's just going to shove Morph into the jungle like 5 minutes in. Maybe a minute and a bit later.
How so? How do you think he's going to shove him in? Because, like, you don't have the Spiderlings now, right? So you can't exactly harass out the Morphling all that much.
Well, I think level 6 on DP, you go bot, take that tier 1 tower, then Brood's got a free lane, then Morphling means you're not going to get as much farm. Freeze up bot. And then
it's not going to be 5 minutes. Maybe like 8 is when it might look to happen with the second power rune. We'll see, though. Who knows?
Well, I guess that's a little bit extra time then for Tide's lane to go a bit better. And then he can come down and fill that lane and defend the tower, because that's what they need. Like, yeah. I feel like if Tide doesn't have a good game, then you've got no one to stand in front of the Brood.
Where are they gonna go on SMG for their? I mean, is this even a Lena mid? Maybe
10 seconds remaining.
It's okay against the DP. You just got to be really on point with your vision to make sure the Clockwork's not going to catch you out. I just think you need the levels. You need the lane shove against the Broodmother. You need an early Boots of Travel on this Lena to be able to deal with it, as well as connect through to your Spirit Breaker, who's going to be charging around the map, trying to create as much space as possible. If I was SMG, that's probably how I would look to do it. And you don't need, let's say, a Spirit Hero to be able to go in onto the backlines. I mean, that's what the Spirit Breaker's job is.
What about Omega, though? We're looking for a Tino Spectre. That's a lot slower than I was expecting, but he's going to get a lot of space. Ricky.
Choose your hero.
Is that a mid Ricky?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nope, it's a mid Morphling. That was a quick reaction as well. Ricky into Brood.
That doesn't sound like a good lane, but I don't know. Danog, come up with something for me here, because I don't know how Ricky's going to play versus the Brood.
Let me think. I need a second. I mean, is this a sleep dart build? Is that what mid one's thinking? And then just looking to play around the timings that Nia's Morphling's going to have? Like, Nia's been playing pretty well today, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
he hasn't been speeding his life away. He's been, like, even in that game, they were trying so hard to be able to lock down his Ember Spirit. He was dodging out cookies. He was, not getting dueled up I don't think he got a single duel against him that entire game. So maybe they're just putting a little bit more faith into Nia. Mid one just it doesn't have his gamer pants on today. I don't know. That Sam H Broodmother. See, that's not a cute one. You know?
No, that's
Doesn't
not.
it look
That's
angrier?
that's a scary one. That's one that I was going through, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to verse that one.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Even
another.
stepping on it, you know, you just get spikes in your foot.
I still can't believe I had a spider fall out of the goddamn tree and land on me.
How long ago was that?
That was when did I bring that up with us? I think we were like first season lower division.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is this happening? Like,
Have
why?
you ever had one show up while you're driving, just in your car somewhere?
No.
Apparently, that's the really high cause of road accidents. Is like,
I could see
you know, you're
that.
flipping down the sun visor, and there's like a huntsman right there, and it just
yeah,
falls into your lap.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could 100% see that being an
The
issue.
instant, I love the gut reaction that comes from that. Just forgetting everything else. Just hell no, none of that.
I mean, it's just it's just we see like I've seen some gigantic spiders. Like we were out we were camping for Easter and we were getting firewood, and I tell you what, I've never seen a spider bigger than what I just saw. Like my size of my hand spread apart, like bigger than that. He was protecting the firewood that we were trying to get, and I'm like, there is no goddamn chance I'm going to pick that up, because that.
So what did you do? Did you just like take a match to the firewood, or what was going on?
We left that. We dipped it. Well, in fact, the missus actually was like, "You boys, you're a bunch of pussies. I'ma go do it." And you know, if she actually saw how big that spider was, she would have been like, "There's no chance." Because the people that saw how big that spider was, they're like, "Yeah, no, we're good. We've seen what Australian spiders can do." We're like, "Yeah, no."
Did she end up getting it?
Yeah, she went in, got it out. I'm like, props to you. Still don't know how I feel about it. But it's kind of it's bred in. I mean, that's
what I want. I want a partner that's like, you know, if there's a spider next to my keys, they're gonna have to go get it, you know.
So
he's getting charged up a little bit here. Mid one, he's gonna try and go for the kill. They've already got the orb of venom. Will he be able to get away in time? No bash, of course, and Shank's gonna do his best to dance. Oh, the double. Nicely done. See, Shadow Shaman couldn't have done that, you know? He would be dead.
Very true. Very, very true. And got that AoE stun. We've been seeing some really, really good stuns lately. The classic spider in the trees. What did I just watch? Are you watching the same thing?
What?
The Spirit Breaker.
He's caught in the trees.
Did you see that though? Like the whole...
Denied.
Like Sam H saw the charge was coming out. He just buried in the trees. I don't even care about that first blood. I was like, what's Rodgy doing? I thought he was going to have to eat all his tangos. He's got no mana now. Oh boy.
Got one charge left. That's it.
Oh, what a lane. They get first blood up top. Looks like the tri lane to start from Omega's gone really well for them. And this is something I brought up, I think, at the start of the day, that we have not seen any tri lanes aggressive, defensive, even for like a minute of the game. But Omega, they're really going to try and enable Tino here.
Of course, you respect it. You know, you mentioned it as soon as the pickup happened. It's a little slow. You were thinking maybe they're going to go something a bit more fast-paced, take advantage of the Brood's early timing, because Brood does drop off, right? So maybe their mindset is, look, sorry, I just got mesmerized by the Spectre's courier that's also kind of a spider walking back, a pumpkin spider walking back to the base.
Goddamn, wait, which one is it? Oh yeah, that one. That one's like, ugh. I don't know.
And it's got I think I brought this up before. It's got like 7 legs.
Is under attack.
I'm not about that. You know, give me an even number of legs.
It's kind of just wonky, a bit creepy. Looks like there's a little bit of firewood in there too. I don't know. There's a concoction of random stuff in there. Oh,
when did you start watching Dota? Do you remember, like, were you watching TI2 at all?
2013, so I don't know what year.
That was TI3. Yeah. So TI2, Bruno Carlucci, who Statsman Bruno. He
Statsman.
works at Valve now. He brought up the infamous no legs strat that a team opted. So they were playing with like Naga no legs, Venomancer no legs, and Lena has legs, but she's floating around, so it doesn't really count. You know, that was the key strat. So I just got reminded of that when I saw all those legs.
How's that not work?
She's not really walking around on legs. Yeah. So the no leg strat is what allowed them to win, and then they were up against like I think it was the Leshrac or something that had a lot of legs. Anyway, they've been able to go on to Sam H. The downside of the tri-lanes is that, you know, with these aggressive lineups like a Spirit Breaker, you can sometimes go down. I kind of wish Bruno would come back just for a guest appearance even, you know?
Yeah, it'd be good to get the reminisce of those times. Statsman Bruno.
You weren't even born yet.
No, I'm too young.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw him
Roger, he's getting real active going into the mid lane. So when'd you last see him?
No, I was gonna say I think I have like seen a couple events with him, but yeah, a bit before the time. Do we feel like I was trying to think in the draft as well. When you look at a Morphling, do you feel like mid one has the capability like other carries to play the Morphling at a high level?
I think it does. I mean, it's going to be harder and into this DP, right? Just because of the Spirit Siphon effect, and as well with the huge range of the silence as well. If you're able to land that onto him, he can sometimes be caught a little unawares and get bursted down with the likes of a Lion. But, you know, still, he's definitely got that carry potential. One of those mid laners that makes amazing use out of the levels that you're able to provide him by getting that solo experience in mid.
Yeah, it must be said as well that KP's Tides is having a pretty good time here. 20 last hits. He's in the midst of it all right now for the cause in the graph, and this is against a trial lane. Yes, Spectre is on top, so at least your Spectre's getting a lot out of it, whereas Sam H having a bit more of a difficult time here with the constant harassment.
Mm-hmm.
It is nice to see that the tricks of the trade kind of nulls out this man fight that the Broodmother wants to undertake with the insatiable hunger. So that's kind of cool how you drafted the Riki into that lane. That's something I didn't look at.
Yeah, and he's obviously got a couple of points into the spin web just so that he can get that +5 regen just for standing off to the side, getting a bit more experience. He's got the 3 points in it now, so he's going to regen up even more. As the salve coming through to him, but we can see another rotation coming through from Roger. His target is Shanks, just standing off to the side.
Shanks?
Decent timing of that one. Is that pushed into the low ground? No, not quite.
CML? They're just going to feed away a couple kills. And they're also not going to get the rune for Ken. So that is quite a maneuver from the Radiant supports there. Nea's going to be loving that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Also means that KP can solo versus Tino, so just... Do you feel like this is a successful tri-lane from Omega?
Yes and no, because like the Broodmother, she's all about that early game domination, whereas Spectre not about that at all. So you've kind of robbed Peter to pay Paul, if that makes sense. If you know about that saying, you know, you've taken away a big part of your strategy just to make sure that the other part isn't, you know, dead in the water.
What's the basis of that saying?
So like, it's as if you're in debt to Paul, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've already like, it's already bad. Like you don't want to be in debt to anyone, you know? And then you go and do something else bad in robbing Peter to be able to pay Paul. So like, it's, no matter what you do, something bad's happening.
Oh, nice.
Oh, another Ravage coming out here.
Beautiful Earth Spike. Mid one back to safety. Sam H. Oh, he's still ready to fight.
It's a little deep.
Do they have the damage right now from SMG with just the 3 heroes? Another 2-man stun from Shanks, but mid one. Scott. Oh, I actually got the damage from Ken. 4 points up in the Crypt Swarm. Level 6 as well from the Brood Mama. Arfu daggers out. They're going to commit the Exo. Mainly just to get the tower afterwards. And the ball is able to pick up that kill here. So 3 down. Meanwhile, You've got the Exism now to claim that tier 1 tower at the bottom lane.
Is under attack.
And no damage really done by Nia to the mid tier 1 tower. That's one area where Morphling does suffer a little bit. No insane wave clear, at least until you get to a decent level of farm, maxing out that waveform. Eventually, when you get waveform attacks target,
Ravage.
much stronger.
Dropped on 2 down
King.
bot. Ken. He's got Fairy Fire 2.
Double
The
suck.
ulti's about to come back in. Ken's going to get a lot of health back now. But he doesn't have
No
too much
damage,
mana
though.
to play with. That's the issue. Insatiable Hanger is about to expire as well. So Sam H think he escapes this unless he can just juke and hide throughout the trees. Sam H should
he's
be able to
poor,
cut
he
him
doesn't have
down.
another web.
Yeah. That is a lot of heroes now stuck down bot. KP TP'd, mid 1 TP'd. Roger doesn't
Dire's
matter,
middle tower
but
is under attack.
let's see if this... I don't think Omega can make any plays though, knowing that information.
Still though, good return, triple kill. They were 4-1 down Omega previously. They've gone in on it. It's onto
Dire's
Shanks. I
middle
mean,
tower is under attack.
I don't mind them doing that. You know, he's clearly getting a lot of work done for Omega so far with these multi-man stuns, just providing so much space for the rest of his team. And with him going down, it means that this kind of engagement onto Tino is allowed to happen.
They're actually going to kill off the Spectre.
Push down.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Wow. Okay. Mid one's Ricky. Had a very, very good game so far. Impressed with his performance. I try and get this Courier. Should have one more. Okay, never mind. Body blocked by the neutrals.
Back to farming, more important.
Yeah. Cares about a Courier which gives everyone gold.
It's all about me. Going in with the charge again. The body blocks by mid one, making sure he's kept away from that tier 2 tower. He should still be okay, although was able to dodge out the silence with the tricks of the trade. Nicely done by mid one. Even the DD, the tail end of it on Nia.
Simo's still not 6 as well. I love what they're doing from SMG.
Dire's
Like, you
middle
are just
tower is
taking
under attack.
the aggressiveness that Omega were playing with in game 1. You're like, alright, I'm gonna pull it back out for myself in this game. You don't
Another
care.
charge.
Or if they can go underneath.
Dire's courier has been killed.
This time we'll get the Courier.
Still going in. He's going to maybe even clip through Sam H here on his way through. Blocks him.
Dire's
He's got
They
a
stopped
lot
it.
of spiders.
Charge. He does, but I don't know how good it's going to be into KP with that maxed out anchor.
Yeah,
spell.
he's
courier
home.
has
That's
been
Courier.
killed.
He's just got to run away. Get away from KP. That's the menace. That's the one to kill all the bugs. Oh,
Bumps him onto the low ground. A little bit of a safety net there for Sam H.
What's
Although
going
he's
on?
losing trees to be able to juke into.
such a wonky lane. Meanwhile, both supports top lane. Is it off? We got the burst with the Laguna. Shanks, one more right click. It is enough. Stick charge. No bursts is going to be able to give Lion the health to get out of that last right click threshold
Dire's
there.
middle
So
tower is under
it
attack.
looks like Radiant going to be able to sweep on through the jungle. They're making some great movements. This Ricky, just the aggression that mid one is playing with at the moment, trying to combo up with the Spirit Breaker, getting really, really active, and it seems like it's something that Omega can't really deal with right now.
Well, I feel like they're about to, because they've just got the Blade Mail finished on the Spectre, and Haunt available as well. So if they're able to group up, get a hook shot in onto multiple heroes, maybe they can make something happen with this Exorcism, Haunt. No Finger of Death yet, which is the thing that they might be a little bit more concerned about. But all this while, Sam H might go down if they got that lucky bash. Wasn't to be the case, though.
Structures are fortified.
It really looks like the Broodmother
Dire's
is
top tower is under
not the
attack.
greatest matchup into the Spirit Breaker. Like, it's just...
Here we go.
Lane?
the Haunt.
Where's the Haunt for? Where's Lena?
Too many
Top lane.
irons in
Okay.
the
Radiant's
fire.
middle tower is under
What
attack.
are they
Dire's
popping that
top
Horn for? I'm
tower
trying to
has
see who
been
they're getting a
denied.
kill on.
There's just Afu.
Yeah, it just seems though, like whenever the Spirit Breaker shows, you've got that perma vision with the Spirit Breaker, and like you're just constantly chasing him down. They know where he is as well. I don't know how they knew he was up on the higher ground, but there's another charge and there's a big kill. They have... Alright, Danog, you know, we were very much questioning them letting through the Broodmother, but they have... It looks like they were okay with doing it because they had a strategy in place if it was picked up.
I think it's very different picking Brood with the very first pick of the draft. I honestly think it's still doable with the if you have first pick with your second pick, because then you can immediately go into banning a lot of these heroes that, you know, do this counter push style. And you can just see he doesn't want to play anywhere near this Tide Hunter, and that was the first hero picked up after that Broodmother opening.
Sam H. I'm trying to position around mid.
Counter.
Great hook shot, silence Cogs with the X's, and they're still able to burst down the Broodmother thanks to Laguna Blade. Cogs gonna push mid one away, Finger of Death, but somehow the Rick is still alive. Not after the dagger from Tino will fly out on forward. So 2 for 2. KP still holding the high ground.
With the Ravage as well. They know better than to go to where they just saw KP farming.
Now this is still going to be a game where we're going to have to see a little bit more of a different SMG. Nia on a win condition. Usually it's mid one where they kind of pull out that strat where it's all or nothing on mid one. Now it's him being the kind of space maker, playmaker on a Ricky, and it's Morphlings. It's Nia's Morphling, I should say, once he also gets the Aghanims to really win them over this game. So my attention is going to be on him. He's having a solid game so far, but can he continue with this heading into a stage where the pressure's on the line for you to be able to carry?
I mean, I like this. I mean, mid one's playing essentially the style that he's used to, going in super deep, making a lot of the plays happen. Moving on to the Spectre as well. All this time that they're spending doing this is time that Morphling's farming is already level 12, making his way towards that Manta style, which is going to be really effective. We talked about how there is some kill potential against Nia if they get off a value silence, but with that Manta, I'm not going to really be worried all too much about that.
But like, this is not... He's kind of stuck on high ground.
SMH as well. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Division, but...
It should have the damage with Arthur's. Laguna, Sam H. Brought down again. Roger as well, getting a clip on CML. You see the issue that's going on. Like, this is not how you usually see a Brood playing on the map. Like, you want to be in the enemy's jungle here. Like, you take a look at all the webs down bot. That's where you want to be positioning, taking away that farm. And he's not doing that. And it's showing a big weakness right now where this is a hero that can really stretch the map. But it's just not showing in this game.
Sometimes you stretch so far that you can break, and I think it could be worthwhile for him to just carry around a bunch of sentries. He's clearly getting charged multiple times when he's in the jungle. After how many times it's happened, it feels like at least 10. You might want to start placing down some of that vision for yourself, making sure that that's not going to continuously keep happening, or at the very least, you're forced to move someone back there to place the ward again. Run the risk of getting dewarded, pump more farm into the Broodmother himself, but it means that the likes of the DP, the Spectre, they're not the ones that are going to be targeted. It's just these little things that can open up an extra 30 seconds that can be a big difference maker.
KP's back. What do we feel like? It's so funny when he disconnected. Mid one's like he's lagging. Arthur's like, mouse, sorry guys. Which one we believe in here?
Maybe you just got food delivered, Bit of a late night snack. It's about 10 o'clock here in Australia.
Sounds like dinner hours for gamers.
I mean, that's the morning, basically.
Yeah. Oh boy, when you got a bad schedule like that, it's real downhill when you're having breakfast at 10 p.m.
Yeah. It's more of a brunch for me. I'm much more well adjusted than that.
More bougie.
Hey, you're the one with all the bracelets, alright? Don't you start talking about bougie.
I don't know if that puts me in a bougie category.
I don't know. They looked pretty nice.
I feel like I could get a bit more bougie than that. Let me put on some crappy Gucci bracelet. Should I go get my Gucci bracelet?
Ares is very happy to be sponsored.
Radiant are scanning.
Imagine being sponsored by Gucci. I don't even like their stuff. It's kind of ugly.
What do you mean? The exact same color design every single time? They're going for another charge in onto Sam H. That's the downside. You're revealed for a split second.
Oh, great hook
and
shot.
this chain lockdown.
KP, Ravage, finds all of them right now from Omega. And they can't take the fight, but they're actually going to try. Ken exorcisms him out. A great multi-hero silence, but Radiant is so tanky. KP on the front line. And the supports are able to play the back as well. They just cut down all 5. What a team fight. SMG rip him apart there. That is just the night and day performance. It was Omega who were the ones playing super aggressive in game 1, and now it's SMG. And this is all with Nia as well getting involved. Like, often with the Morphling, you're going for this, like, Aghanim's heavy build.
Oh. I like it. I appreciate it, Shanks. He's doing his best.
Might cost him his life. Nia. Oh. He knows his limits. He knows his limits.
I feel like you're just trying to convince yourself.
Yeah. He didn't even use Manta. He's just like, I'm gonna go in. I want that kill. It's a very, very solid performance though from SMG. It's a shame it took him a couple of games today to get into the groove, but looking solid in this second one.
18 minutes as well, so Nia could, if he wanted to, go and bottle up. He's got creeps to farm though, and yeah, after that Manta style, just to ensure his survivability, going straight into the Axe. Makes total sense.
Well, can we see Tino maybe getting to a stage where he can kind of cause some chaos in these fights?
You need to be the ones making the aggressive moves now. Like, it's hard because you don't really want to, at least until you've got that Manta style on Tino. So I feel like that's potentially what they're waiting for. They've gone with another charge in onto Sam H, trying to catch him out, but at least this time they don't have the rest of the team to back him up. But, getting some lucky items, you know, the Keen Optic, of course, on the Lina. It's getting some solid 2-man stuns. Even, hell, if they can just lock the one person down. It's pretty good value, but for mine, it's just, you're committing so heavily, and it's with your position 5, it's with your Spirit Breaker. You don't really care all that much about committing that heavily. Even just here, like, they could very easily go for a turnaround. What are you scared about? They're revealing in the mid lane, you've got a few people nearby, and there's no towers to TP to.
Mid one. They jump on to get Shanks. Tino actually drops the Haunt just for the vision here to close the distance on mid one, but he doesn't have any detection right now. CML still coming over. Dust pop. Mid one's now in trouble. He's got tricks, got 2 blink charges, gets the Courier instead. Gonna go up to the northern side. It's further away from the creeps to blink to. So they end up losing DOS. And they're gonna try and take Roshan in the meantime as well. Ken, he's got Exo. Did Dai have TPs to come over? Spectre's got no mana. Clockwork can TP in.
Spectre ended up using the mana just to be able to shove out a wave. I don't know about that. And Ken dies on his own. That was a really good opportunity for them to take Roche. No Ricky available. Would have been a little bit of time until the Spirit Breaker was able to join in. And like you mentioned, they had the Exorcism. They had the Finger of Death as well. And they've just given up a free Roche. You gotta know that it's going on at least, but you cannot join now. And you don't want to be using your buyback on the DP either.
Yeah, it looks like you just have to give this one up. Or maybe...
Just going with a charge onto Shanks.
Sam H. It is... He's been such a nuisance. Oh, they pushed him away. The Adaptive Strike. Nice play from Nia. That Strength Morph Adaptive Strike play to get him over the cliffs.
Run away.
And they surrounded him. Blink forward. Mid one slows him down. What a cute play, Nia. That is... I like to see that. Getting crafty to find some kills. They'll get the Clockwork as well. Into Roche, they will now finish.
Yeah, making sure to go full strength just to get the maximum push distance there. Really nice value. It's another Roche being picked up. Yeah, getting damn close to his Aghanim Scepter as well. This is looking more and more convincing, like an SMG win. Ken just going down again without any sort of impact. It would have been a very different story if you had Tino when they went for the gank on the Ricky. If he was the one that actually got the last hit, it was the Clockwork. So while he's been able to start building towards his own 4-staff to avoid some of these ganks coming out from the Ricky, from the Lina in particular, this is the Spectre's game. It's Spectre or nothing, it feels.
Mid lane. They caught out SMH again. This Brood has just had zero impact this game overall. Like, SMG did not give a damn about leaving it through the draft.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're looking to try and catch Tino out down bot as well. Rogi can hunt down from across the map. And bye-bye Tino. This is just a masterclass performance from SMG. They're going to try and close this one out. And this is all without the power spike of the Aghanims as well on Nia.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Roger's just doing so much this game. Like, providing so much vision as a position fire. Like, he's just charging again every single time. Off cooldown, just charge.
Dire's courier
It's just
has
putting the
been
fear of God into the enemy team.
killed. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't even have a neutral item. Might be worth holding that old arcane ring. He's eventually got it coming out to him just to make sure he's always got the mana to be able to recharge. Probably even take those clarities out of the old quick buy.
Vroom.
Is he going to deny his own ward?
Did he?
No, CML got it.
Your metal jacket sank you
See,
faster than one of
you gotta be
Conker's
better than that. That's where you can improve here,
Dire's
SMG.
top tower
Or I
is
should
under
say,
attack.
Rogi. You charge on in, deny the ward under their nose, then get the kill.
Dire's top tower
Like,
has
come on.
fallen.
You can't give them anything. Like, Sam H right
Charging
now,
again.
getting these creeps down bot, not good enough. You should have been
TP.
there a couple seconds before. You gotta TP
Oh, no.
out. Gotta TP out, gotta TP out. Too late.
He's
Bye-bye.
here.
Just man, I'm loving how they've identified to deal with the Brood. Like, the Ricky Spirit Breaker hunting
Radiant's
duo
courier
is
has been killed.
incredible.
Yeah. At least Tino was able to get a kill streak stolen over there. They're going in onto Shanks. Very unfortunate. I mean, this Ricky's pretty damn farmed.
Did you drop
Considering he
Ravage?
didn't go into any form of scaling. Nah, not yet.
Ah, come on, balls to the wall. Give him an opportunity to throw this game. Oh, now you got double charge. You literally, now you can't get out on the map. And now you actually won't be able to stay alive as Ken will lose his life here. Tino still not in fighting shape, as he'll make it back on the higher gun KP if he wants to use the Ravage. Hookshot will cancel it. They don't even need it. The damage from them right now, they don't even need to drop these big ultimates. Two will fall on a Mega. They're going to look to try and take some objectives away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just going in deep, diving tier 4s. They don't care. Using the Ravage onto 3. We're using the Glyph, though, to be able to pump out a good amount of damage from those tier 4 towers, but it's not enough.
Surely got to kill KP. KP lived. KP actually lived. And now they're jumping Sam H. How does KP live and Sam H doesn't? It's an ultra for mid one. Like, how long do you actually want to stay in this game? Like,
I haven't seen them take a fight in the last, what seems like 10 minutes with the Exorcism. That's what I feel like they're waiting for. They're waiting for the BKB on the DP. Nothing's happening, though, you know?
Like, even Arfu's level 15. He's higher net worth than your Brood. He's a mech
Nearly more
bot.
than the DP.
Yeah, nearly. Yeah, that's crazy. This is...
There are some big items coming up for Omega, like I mentioned. BKB on the... Oh no, not again. You can't die in this can. Not again, yeah.
Oh my
No
lord.
item progression.
Nia.
Forcing the buybacks. This is it. All or nothing.
Triple kill from him. They'll pop the Yules. Exo. First life gonna get claimed. Lion, you need a buyback here, otherwise you're not gonna have the control for the second life, and it's just not gonna matter. Ultra for Nia. Let's see if they can
Way
give him a
too late.
rampage to end this game. A dieback for the DP, down for 70. They'll try and get back outside the base. Nice juice in the man to Blade Mail. Essence Ring. Tino is back up to a reasonable health pool, but Nia's looking to charge on the back. Deals with the supports. There's the rampage for your Morphling. Give him a double rampage. You let him get the kill. They will. Nia, well, he's
Triple
showing the
rampage?
capability. Does he have the damage to hit him? Hit him! Get it!
The game's gonna end.
No, mid
mid
one. Oh.
Well, turns out... Okay. I was about to say, you give the carry potential back over to Nia to win you the game, but have a look at Mid One's kill participation. A part of 35 kills, 24 last hits on the kills.
I didn't even. That's crazy.
I mean, that was all enabled by Rogi. Speaking of Rogi, 39 assists. 39 assists. Part of 41 kills out of 45. Like, he played an insane game on Rogi. The Spirit Breaker, great counter to the Broodmother. I think maybe just picking it up a little too soon into the draft, but also it felt kind of like, you know, Sam H, he put himself out there to be in a vulnerable position a few too many times. You know, he wasn't able to get the very good start to the laning phase that he might have wanted. That tri-lane didn't work out quite as well as Omega were hoping for. And yeah, again, they just never used the exorcism. They never had a proper team fight together. It always felt they were about 300, 400, 500 gold short of their next big items, whether that be the BKB, the Skadi for Tino, the 4-staff for Shanks and CML. And I mean, that was basically the story of game number 1, where they were just a little bit short on the BKBs for SMG. So just goes to show how effective just abusing timings, abusing a small advantage can snowball into something much bigger.
Yeah, it really felt like this was the SMG a lot of people were expecting from their previous games, like just running over teams. But they're no slouch on Omega, but it's just like, I think SMG's performances have been a bit lackluster earlier today. So you see them heading into this, they really turn it on its head completely. Like a little bit of a different draft where mid one is on like a action-packed position 1. You've got a win condition hero for Morphling, and they just honestly played at another level. Like props to everyone due there. Like you said, Rogi's performance with all his kill participation. Overall, it was just a really, really beautiful game from SMG, and they made it look easy as well, which is always nice to see when a team can, you know, win with not having to, you know, put much effort in. It seemed like, but I'm now very excited to see how teams are able to deal with the Broodmother once it gets picked up, you know, later down the group stages, and for other teams as well. Because SMG have shown that the heroes they had this game just had Sam H's number. Like he could not get involved at all. And that felt like a real big issue here for Omega. Is they're going to end up taking the series 1-1 tie between SMG, but that is not our last series of the night. We're going to have OB Neon taking on Omega. It'll be about a 20-minute break until our 4th and final series is underway.